Hi, I'm Megan, and today I will be talking about my literacy demonstration for 450. My first strategy comes from my multilingual learner lesson plan, and it helps with fluency. And although this strategy is geared toward multilingual learners, it can be used to help any student with fluency. This strategy is a combination of repeated reading and paired reading. With repeated reading, the student reads a text multiple times to help build fluency, and with paired reading, two students take turns reading the passage. And in this picture, you can see that two students are using the paired reading strategy and are reading the text together. In the first step of the strategy, the student first reads the text to themselves so that they are able to gain more familiarity with the text before being paired with another student. After this, students are paired and they read the text together, and they can switch off between each page or between each passage depending on how many words are on each page. Then students repeat this process except for the first step. So students have the same partner and take turns reading the passage. And this helps students get more practice with reading, and hopefully they become more fluent as they read the text multiple times and are able to read it with more expression and with more automaticity. The second strategy comes from my whole class lesson plan, and it deals with nonfiction texts. The strategy is called Boxes and Bullets, which can be found on page 26 of the Reading Strategies book. This teaches students how to identify the main idea and supporting details in a text. It uses this graphic organizer. The main idea goes in the top box, and the supporting details go next to the bullet points. In the first step of the strategy, the teacher would define the main idea to students and define supporting details to students. So the teacher would say that the main idea is the most important point in a passage, and the supporting details help back up the main point. After this, you would describe how you would identify the main idea supporting details in a text. So you would tell students to ask themselves whether the point they're thinking about is the most important point or if it supports another important detail. After this, you would model the strategy to students. So you would tell them how they would fill out the graphic organizer, and you would select a text that you would read with students and guide them through this strategy and tell them, like, oh, this is the main idea in this passage and these are the supporting details. After modeling the strategy to students, you would then give students time to practice and give them this graphic organizer to fill out with a text that you select for them. These are my two strategies. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.